This was 911 Season 6 discussion slash review titled Red Flag. And I gotta be honest, this was 911, but it was different. Let's talk about it.
Live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings, I'm a big fight.
This episode brought some different things to the table. And the first of those different things would be Denny asking his moms, for his birthday about his birth mother and where he actually came from. Now, the episode was great about that. They gave us this whole little transition about Denny wanting to know more about his birth mother and where he came from. And Ava isn't the best person, you know what I'm saying? So let's just leave Ava over here. And we know how Hen feels about Ava. We know how Karen feels about Ava. And then, getting that whole interaction of how Hen and Karen met, then how they got Denny, and we know the whole Ava situation. So it's okay, but they tricked us because at the ending of the episode, we see that Denny wants to know about his father. It's not about his birth mother because he has two wonderful moms in his eyes. Like, he loved both of them. He wouldn't replace them or anything. He saw that Hen was a little worried about that, but that's not his whole ordeal. They tricked us with the episode, man, because at the ending, we see that he went and met the person that's, I'm assuming, his birth father, which was in the folder that Hen tried to keep from him. And that's big news. Like, we always knew that, scientifically it had to be a male there. And, with Ava and everything, we knew that, but we never really got information about the guy. You know what I'm saying? We know that Ava, was out on drugs, so we never really quite knew or anything like that. But I'm sure Hen would eventually find out and look into it and everything. And that paper was there, and Denny found it and wanted the information for himself. So that's what the whole big mystery was. He wanted to find out where he came from on his father's side because he has two mothers that are perfect in his eyes. And I feel like that was a nice flip for the entire episode because they tricked us with it. And the second thing that they bring to the table, in my opinion, is the whole aspect with Wendell and Bobby, because we see that Bobby's feeling a little rough this episode at the very beginning, and then we go through the entire episode trying to figure out why, and then we see Wendell talking to Bobby, and then that's the last we see of it. And the next thing you know, there's a fire and we find a corpse there. Now we see that Bobby notices something is going on with Wendell, but he doesn't quite know. Bobby checks the voicemail, and it's this weird slurring call. And I thought something was up with Wendell, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. Later on, we find out that, he's in this field, it's on fire, and there's a needle by him. And Bobby thinks that he missed the signs to be able to help him. And the moment those people were standing there at the fire, like the fire trucks rolled up, I knew there was something suspicious about those people. So Bobby didn't see it in that moment because he was concerned about the fire. Then once he found out it was Wendell, and everybody's concerned about Bobby because we know this could mess with Bobby. This could set Bobby back, or, it could just end horribly, because as of right now, in my opinion, it seems like these people killed Wendell, started a fire, and they probably even drugged him to make it seem like it was more than what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a rehab facility. Now, how does this guy that goes to this rehab facility end up with his body in the middle of a freaking field with drugs, and then it just burns? Come on, seriously? And they just seemed off. They just seemed suspicious. And Bobby didn't pay no attention until after the fact. And he went there to try to figure things out after he learned that, like, their little rehab facility is like right from where the field was. And these people happen to own this facility. They said it was their house. You know what I'm saying? So now Bobby's starting to put two and two together. And at the ending of the episode, we see security and this weird, rude lady sitting at the front desk kind of rush Bobby out of this rehab facility, and Bobby's just sitting there all copacetic, just watching stuff, man, just like, yeah, I'm gonna catch him. And I'm kind of afraid and fearful because these people obviously don't have a problem with killing people. Now, I don't see them killing Bobby, but like, this is really hard to deal with because he's in that mode now. The rest of the episode, like I said, it was typical 911, but those two particular things kind of set things up for me. We have the rest of the episode kind of feeling like a little haunty a little bit, with Josh playing a joke on Maddie and Maddie playing a joke on Josh, and then Chimney and Maddie buying the murder house, which just doesn't happen to be a murder house because it did look like a nice house and it seemed like it had good bones. So I'm excited to see them move in there, redecorate it, and finally have a place they can call their own and call a home. And I think that's nice for for Chim and Maddie, and I can't wait to see how that's going to go going forward. But the big issue for this episode for me was Buck. Now, Buck mentioned that, you know, his friend and his wife were able to have the kid, and that's big ups on Buck. Like I said, I look forward to it, but I'm kind of waiting on the other shoe to drop, because at the ending of the episode, we see Buck has a little onesie for the baby with, you know, with the fire station logo on it, and you can't get too attached to this, Buck. You know what I'm saying? That's not your kid. Biologically, yes, it's your kid, but legally, it's not your kid. You know what I'm saying? Because you pretty much gave it up at that point to allow them to have a kid. Now, I'm pretty sure they'll allow you to be in the kid's life, but you're only going to be Uncle Buck. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want Buck to get his strings and feelings crossed and attached to this. And I feel like that's what's going to happen, because he's way too excited and lax about this now, when it's a situation he knew going forward that you really couldn't get too attached to this, because technically it's not your kid. I don't know, man. Like I said, they brought a lot of stuff to the table, and season 6 seems to be doing things just a little bit different, trying new things, and I'm totally okay with that, because now I feel like we're going to dive heavy into the story, because we have like a whole murder thing going on. We have the whole stuff going on with Denny, and then we have Buck, you know, getting attached to this kid that's biologically his, but legally is not. Either way, man, like, this episode was a great episode to go on, you know, break. I think it's going on break. But anyway, I am happy to be back, and I cannot wait to go check out New Amsterdam. This is really incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button so you can smash any more. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe. Peace out.
Hey, yeah, I cannot complain, because today, yeah, I'm doing my thing.